The sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi
on JRR.
All right, it is Overreaction Football Monday. We got the Bulldog on the horn, I believe. Good morning, doggy.
Good morning. The sports page brought to you by Don Mealy Chevrolet. Nobody knows trucks like Don Mealy, right out there in Claremont, celebrating their 50th anniversary. Right now, you can save more than $11,000 on a Chevy Silverado. Don Mealy Chevrolet.
Bulldog, do you remember their old jingle?
Don Mealy Chevrolet,
where you can drive the car you wanted to drive today.
I do not.
Bulldog, do you want to start with the, well, it's too late. Lights out at the F1 desk from our F1 insider from Taco Bob.
Even though Max Verstappen took a strong first, third place was part of the big story. I happened to, fly in last minute for it from the UCF game to Aberstappen, and I noticed that third place guy, first time on the podium with his new team. Look who watched some F1, Patty.
So then you know what happened to your driver that you called to win the race, Oscar Piastri?
No, right? I didn't see that part. I just saw Verstappen strapping on another win.
Oh, so you missed the first lap where he crashed.
Yeah, I woke up and it was on, and I said, I'm just going to stay awake and watch all this crap.
All right. And Ryan Blaney gets the win in New Hampshire NASCAR playoffs.
Dominant Ryan Blaney. Yeah, let's start with NFL yesterday. My Jaguars beat the Texans. Big win for them. They come back and win it. The Buccaneers 3-0 for the first time since 2005. They rally for another victory. Chase McLaughlin kicks the game-winning field goal as time expires, and Baker Mayfield just getting it done for the Buccaneers in the final seconds of the game. By the way, they were celebrating their 50th anniversary as a franchise. They had their old creamsicle white uniforms on yesterday. They brought in a bunch of old players, Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, who else was there?
Chucky.
The head ball coach. No, the head ball coach was there, Steve Spurrier. He was their very first quarterback for the Buccaneers back in the day.
That's right.
So, big win for the Buccaneers. Other NFL games of note. Did you guys watch the Eagles-Rams game?
Crazy.
Oh, my God.
Nuts.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it looked like the Rams were going to win. They were up by I think they were up 26-7 at one point. And then the Eagles come back. The Rams set up for the game-winning kick, which would have been the game-winning kick. This big lineman, Jordan Davis, blocks it and then returns it for a touchdown. Eagles win.
Dude, he was fast.
Very fast for a defensive lineman.
Yeah, so Eagles 3-0. The Indianapolis Colts just dominant. Daniel Jones, he's an MVP candidate now. The Colts go to 3-0. They bury the Titans 41-20. How about the Cleveland Browns beating the Packers yesterday? 13-10 on a 55-yard field goal. That's pathetic of the Packers to lose to the hapless Browns. And what about the Atlanta Falcons losing to the hapless Panthers 30-0?
Oh my God.
That was crazy.
Yeah, unbelievable. Chiefs win last night, 22-9. I'm starting to not like Travis Kelce. He's yelling at Andy Reid on the sideline again, just like he did last week. I think he's getting a little too big for his britches.
Well, welcome to my thought process, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Chargers go to 3-0. They beat the Broncos 23-20. They haven't been 3-0 since 2002. Bears dominate the Cowboys 31-14. Caleb Williams 4 touchdown passes. I think those are the biggest games of the weekend. College football, the Canes just manhandle Florida 26-7. The Gators 1-3 for the first time in nearly 40 years. DJ Lagway and that offense just pathetic.
How about him after the game and the statement he made? I'm like, oh boy, you're getting perilously close to a Tebow type guarantee here.
Yeah, guaranteeing we're going to be better. Well, they got to be better. He threw for a career low 61 yards. The Gators were 0 of 13 on third down. 0 of 13. So, yeah, another bad loss for the Gators. Miami, I'll tell you what, their offensive and defensive lines, they might be the best team in the country because of those big uglies on both sides of the ball.
They bounced to number 2 in the poll this weekend.
They're good.
Yeah. UCF rolls North Carolina 34-9. Scott Frost outcoaches the genius Bill Belichick. So I'm at the game on Saturday. I keep getting texts from Taco Bob, who's in the luxury suite on the 5th floor. So I told him, he texted me and told me to come down. I go, no, I'm on the 6th floor with Belichick's girlfriend. He goes, take a picture. Take a picture. I go, no, I'm not taking a picture.
Did you see those white boots?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she had like a short skirt on, these knee-high white boots. Good Lord.
Hey, can I ask you, too, since you guys saw it with your own eyeballs, as did many of you who were at the Bounce House on Saturday, I'm just being honest here, is UCF better than we thought, or North Carolina is just really bad?
Combo.
I think both.
Yeah, both.
North Carolina's terrible, but UCF, I'll tell you what, Taven Jackson, their quarterback, he looks really good. And their defense is playing lights out. And Scott Frost even said afterwards, hey, I'm playing with a chip on my shoulder because of my past, and getting fired at Nebraska. He didn't say that, but he said I'm playing with a chip on my shoulder. The defensive coordinator, Alex Grinch, he was highly thought of and got fired at USC. So that coaching staff and those players are playing with a chip on their shoulder.
They're gritty.
And they hate, not for nothing. I heard somebody trying to give the excuse, well, North Carolina had to deal with 70 new players. So did UCF.
Exactly. In fact, I would say Scott Frost took over a worse situation than Bill Belichick did. So, speaking of UCF, former coach Gus Malzahn, he's got it. The Gus bus is rolling at FSU. He's the offensive coordinator, of course. FSU ran for 498 yards on Saturday. Just buried Kent State 66-10. They had 8 rushing touchdowns in the game. So FSU continues to roll.
2 weeks they host Miami. That is going to be
a barn burner.
That's going to be something right there, man.
No question. By the way, did you see what Indiana did to Illinois?
Destroyed them.
63-10. Illinois was the number 9 team in the country, and Indiana just destroyed. Yeah, as you said, destroyed them. And Texas Tech, they might be a national title contender. They whoop Utah, which was, a really good team, 34-10. That's a Big 12. Those are probably the 2 best teams in the Big 12, unless you want to count UCF, of course.
All right, and Orlando City got a win over the weekend, doggy.
Orlando City got a win, but the Orlando Pride are winless in like 9 straight games. They're in jeopardy of not making the playoffs after being one of the best teams in NWSL history last year and winning the title. So I don't know what's going on with the Pride. So, wow.
All right. Anyway. He is Mike the Bulldog Bianchi, host of Game On with Brandon Kravitz, weekday afternoon starting at 3 on FM 96.9 The Game.
Happy birthday to the great Joan Jett. I love rock and roll.
Lynch and Taco. On demand. Download the iHeartRadio app.